What is up, YouTube fragrance family and friends? I'm Tommy with Studio Scents. Welcome to another video review today. Today is, of course, my 2 cents on 2 scents. And the 2 scents I've chosen to take a closer look at today is from the house of Joop, that is Joop Red King, and Narciso Rodriguez for him Bleu Noir Eau de Toilette Extreme. That is a very long name. So when we come back, we're going to take a closer look at those two fragrances, see why you might want to pick them up or why you might want to pass them by, that and more, so stay tuned. Hey guys, and welcome back. So today we're talking about two different fragrances. Of course, my 2 cents, that's what this is all about. This week we're taking a look at Red King and a Narciso Rodriguez fragrance from the For Him line of fragrances, For Him Bleu Noir Extreme. So taking each fragrance as it comes, let's take a closer look at Joop Red King. Of course, Joop Red King is referencing the playing card, the King, as you can see in the corners of the actual box itself. Of course, the presentation is all bright, shiny red, and then the words are just a silver, a shiny silver, so it stands out against the background of the red. The bottle is exactly the same as all Joop bottles are, so the presentation exactly the same that way. Let's talk a little bit about that note breakdown. Joop Red King features top notes of red chili and cinnamon, with heart notes of orange blossom and patchouli, resting on a base of tonka bean and Virginia cedar. So obviously with that note breakdown, the theme here is red or red and orange, or what's called amber. So you've got orange blossom, red chili, cinnamon, kind of orange, juicy, red, spicy, fruity, fixed into place by patchouli, Virginia cedar, and of course some tonka bean for creamy sweetness there. Let's go ahead and try out that juice. I'm interested to see what this one smells like. Now the DNA of pretty much all of the Joop fragrances, if you're not a big fan of that, you're probably not going to be a fan of most Joop fragrances. There is one exception, I feel like, and that is Joop Homme Ice, which I really enjoy as a fragrance. Is almost hyper versatile. Now you probably have noticed that the reticule on the atomizer is red, so you can actually see it, silver and red, so that's kind of cool. It sprays a goodly amount of juice, and that's really nice, so the atomizer is quality. Yeah, without even smelling the tester strip, I'm already getting that Joop DNA. It's I don't know how else to describe it. It's just that particular scent that if you don't like that, you're probably not going to like it. It's almost like a cooling, lighter Kool-Aid, dry tobacco smell. It's kind of a combination that I get out of it, which isn't unpleasant, but again, if you don't like that, you're probably not going to like this or other Joop fragrances. They're trying to take that Joop DNA and make it like a fragrance that can be worn in cooler weather, and on cooler nights of summer. To a degree, I think it's successful, but there's something about that combination of red chili and orange blossom that isn't super pleasant to me. It's just okay. Maybe it'll be a little bit better on skin. Okay, it's a little bit better on skin, but again, there's something in this that's a little bit musky, funky. Try a sample of this if you can get a hold of a sample, or if you know someone that actually has this. This has been a long time coming to the US. It's been typically very hard to find. FragranceBuy.ca actually has this in stock right now, and I'll leave a link below if you're interested in picking up Joop Homme Red King. It's definitely more pleasant on skin, I'll give you that. A tester strip is not the way to test this particular fragrance, and that's the case with a lot of fragrances. It's just not the way to go. You've got to really smell it on skin. What it does with your chemical composition, it completely changes the overall gist of where the fragrance is going. It's almost like a light tobacco fragrance, and not necessarily the most pleasant kind of tobacco. This is definitely something you would only want to wear casually. It's definitely not going to be a compliment getter, I don't think. This one is just a mild, spicy, cinnamony, lightly red fragrance overall, and therefore it's just mediocre. Make sure to try a sample first before blind buying a full bottle, like I did. But of course, again, I blind buy, so you don't have to. Joop Red King. All right, guys, moving right along on my 2 cents. Our next scent is from Narciso Rodriguez. It is from the For Him line of fragrances. It is For Him Bleu Noir Eau de Toilette Extreme. Let's check out that presentation. I really like that presentation. It's very similar to Bleu Noir and Bleu Noir Eau de Parfum, which is a significant improvement. Now the difference in this and the Eau de Parfum is going to be interesting. So the lid itself is completely transparent. The bottle has a, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it's somewhat of a gradient from frosted glass to regular clear glass with a dark blue background. It's a very interesting presentation. It's like they put a lot of thought into the actual bottle itself, which I can appreciate. Let's talk a little bit about that note breakdown. Narciso Rodriguez Bleu Noir Eau de Toilette Extreme features notes of green mandarin orange, basil, musk, blue atlas cedar, and ebony. There's just a little bit of difference in that note breakdown between the Eau de Parfum and the Eau de Toilette Extreme. Primarily, it's missing a vetiver and amber. It's notably a missing in this. At least it's not listed. Perhaps it's actually in the fragrance. So let's go ahead and check out that juice. One thing you have to appreciate about Narciso Rodriguez is his fragrances, they're closer to being niche quality than they are just your basic designer fare. And that's what I really like. They're very unique, very different. Wow. This is one of those atomizers that you barely have to depress and a ton of juice comes out. Oh man, I really like that too. This has all kinds of fragrant fireworks sparking off here and there. There's lots of things going on in this fragrance. You definitely catch that blue atlas cedar in the background. It does give this a blue vibe. It's one of the primary notes. So you get kind of a woody, lightly floral, but a little bit heavier woody musk to it. Yes, that's super nice. One of the edgy things about this fragrance is I also feel it has a little bit of, like it's super close to being a unisex fragrance. It's got a really nice masculine side too, because it almost has like a blue, lightly floral association to it. Almost feminine, but not feminine. Does that make sense? It's got kind of a nice unisex vibe to it, I think. You primarily get that blue essence or that blue sense about it, but it also has that kind of a lightly sharp, lightly bitter musk to it. A nice light balsamic powderiness to it without being, you know, talcum powdery. Sonia Constant is the perfumer for this and she's brilliant. Did a fantastic job. You definitely pick up on that spicy basil. It's being pulled down or weighted by a really nice musk and then of course that ebony or ebony wood. It's just a very enriched formula that's heavy but also very light. This is one of those fragrances that can be worn dressed up as well as it can be worn casually, so it's very versatile. It is going to be unique. I feel like you can pull compliments with something like this. This is not a fragrance that everybody can pull off, and it's not a fragrance that everybody's going to want to wear. It's definitely not necessarily crowd pleasing. It's definitely going to be appropriate for work settings and other generic environments that you find yourself in on a daily basis for warmer weather. Because it's not super heavy on the sweet side, you can definitely wear it in very warm weather, like high heat situations, without it being overbearing. Well guys, that's it for today's iteration of my 2 cents on these 2 scents. That is Joop Red King and Narciso Rodriguez For Him Eau de Toilette Extreme. Bleu Noir Eau de Toilette Extreme. That's a long name. Bleu Noir Extreme, we'll say. Red King is a chili, spicy, cinnamony, red, underfunk kind of fragrance. It's not necessarily for all occasions. To me, it's a unique scent. If you like scents like that, it does carry the Joop DNA. You can definitely tell that right away. But once it dries down on your skin a little bit, Actually, once it dries down on your skin, you're left with a basic Joop fragrance. The spiciness completely is gone now that I'm smelling it again. Yeah, so there you go. That's my final assessment. The spices are completely gone. Once it's dried down, it's just a basic Joop fragrance. Not a lot that can be said about it. Definitely a winner out of these two is going to be the Narciso Rodriguez Bleu Noir Eau de Toilette Extreme. I really enjoy this one. It's a rich, musky, dank blue fragrance that's a little bit richer, similar to the Eau de Parfum. It's just going to be a little bit different. Notably missing is the dry vetiver, the darker amber in this, but you've got a darker ebony woods that brings this the weight, that adds the weight to it and gives it its unique quality. Definitely going to be one that I can't wait to wear more of in the summer weather. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out today's 2 cents. As always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.